Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Just trying to sit outside for a minute. Oh, what have I done? What have I done? Too sedentary. Never did this before, this degree. Like I've done. What a disaster. Whew, boy, I'm a lot calmer more often though, just by just letting myself, I guess, go. God, this is disturbing. Tell you what though, it's nice to get those voices from the old family ruse out of my head. They're just slowly but surely dissipating. Thought we could just look at some trees real quick. What was that? Yeah, I know, because the sun's that bright. Woo! So yes, this was a tree just all stubbed. So whoever was taking care of the property, they just cutting and cutting and cut. I mean, it was quite shocking to see. Like these pines. Like, I mean, they would have been better off just cutting the poor things down at the rate that it was going. It seems like a little bit of extra green came back, but the minute I do something like this, they'll be flying over and pouring something else down on us or whatever, however it rolls out. Roll out! Can't do that no more. Me and John did a video in the car and it was shut down immediately. I think it's one of the old guys that was scary with me. Well, there's more than one, but man. And like say it would be one of them, we weren't even committed. There wasn't no games played. There wasn't any unclarity. They're just a scary obsessor. Yeah. Yep. I mean, I look like hell now, I think, pretty much. I literally look like I've been through the ringer. And because I have, and part of it, maybe I put myself through it, but a lot of it was done to me too, so. I just didn't know if anyone out there, the couple people, I lose people pretty quick because I do some really outrageous stuff. Especially when I get going about money and stuff and the hypocrisy and everybody wants money, but yet no one has any money right now. And then you always know the ones that must be doing kind of decent because they want more money, but then the rest of us are just trying to get by. I mean, like ministers, politicians, you name it, it's like. So, they let me into the open mic, but I'm going by my birth name and I didn't really want to. I used to go by Emily Russell. That was my first pick when I had my talent resume back in the Stone Age. It was like a horse and buggy situation for sure. And I'd keep track of my resume and the stuff I did. Oh my goodness, was some sort of late blooming dragonfly event? Because there was like a lot of them and then they just like disappeared. And then now it seems like there's a few more, but if we start trying to walk around and stuff, the dogs are not well today. I don't think they slept all night, and I don't have a clue why. We were in bed. So I don't know what's going on, but I think I do know. I think I saw some land over in these leaves here. Oh, did they already go? I thought I saw 3 swoop down. I might have swooped back up. Alright, so I got into the open mic. I'm trying to compare it to so many years ago. Like I said, I think it was in the beginning of the shutdowns maybe. I still had high levels of anxiety. Can we look at the trees, please, not your barricades, to keep the dogs safe and to deter rodent type wildlife not to be coming up so much so that they can get hurt by the dogs. Anyhow, I don't want them to get hurt. They just need to stay in their territory. I don't want you to have to look at the swamp pool either. I don't know, it doesn't smell. I guess whatever I was keeping up with. Like I said, we do the pods, and then I've tried the clay. I don't think anything made it, and I think we gotta, if we don't get the liner out, and neither of us are looking forward to that. Oh, what's this here? I'm not trying to do a ta-ta shot. Just trying to show you the fat belly. That's would be more of a fat. Okay. No, I get confused. This could be the damselfly or the other one. Yeah, it's on how the wings are when they're sitting. And dragonflies get a lot bigger, a lot of them. All right, so open mic Tuesday. Detroit House of Comedy. I'm number 3. They probably only let me try a few minutes. I think I'm number 3 in the lineup. So this is comedians that are practicing or even are on some sort of where they go around, but they try out new stuff. And then people like the old lady like me going up there. And I've had about 100 different ideas for a short little, skit. I just think it's best I go in there and I feel like the way I am with when I used to perform is check the crowd out, figure out what's going on quickly, like a quick, what age am I dealing with? What's the predominant energy of the room? Okay. So I've had the red, whatever, dragonfly or something related. I read about them. I know there's 3 different types. People confuse the 2 smaller ones for dragonflies. And a bee. A bee was just here to visit. So I'd like to keep the camera still. I would, okay? Now that's not really the most important. That we're going to be back at the city is I doubt I have the motivation or momentum to do anything remotely in the order of trying to go around and get heard on the stage. This is just something I wanted to do. I hadn't done it, and it's just, boom, just get it done. So just do it. I said I should try it, just to try it. It ain't about success or failure. It's just trying it. I said I wanted to try. I'm gonna try. I mean, this is ridiculous. Okay, so then what else? I'm not sure. Maybe they just had some sort of video problem, but I don't know why. I mean, I gotta stop that stupid question. Everyone knows it's been cancel culture for how long now? The Obamas or earlier. Just go with surveillance. Let's just go to surveillance. I mean, when they started fondling us at the airport, and that's when I stopped flying, so. Because some of them were getting really weird back when. I mean, granted, I was still pretty cute, but I don't think that should be part of the TSA, you know what I'm saying? That's weird. Anyhow, so, I don't know if they knocked it down, and then I got concerned maybe because I get a little bit outlandish that, like sometimes I'll get where it says original. The person that owns the video, they don't want it posted on Quora. I get that sometimes. Not as much as I was, so I don't know, but they're knocking people down on Quora, and it is a real place. It's just hard to find real people. A lot of it is AI now, and I can't go on Facebook because I just plunge right into the political and the other stuff, free speech problems, and I think it's just the Klansmen that knew what they did, but they just kept letting it happen to me. It's the groups. They're in their territory there, and I'm over in mine. The difference is I don't go shutting their stuff down. That's what. Do you know there's only been a couple times I reported something, and I even kind of felt bad about that because it's kind of against free speech, and I didn't do it anymore. There was this one guy, and he professed to be a Jesus believer, but he believed men were allowed to have multiple wives, and he would be very degrading towards women that had slept with more than one man. And he would get on these rampages like that. And I don't know. And it's like, but then I had to eat my own words, right? Because why was I watching them? I think sometimes I just thought, I didn't know what I was doing yet on YouTube, and I just couldn't believe what was out there. I was in culture shock when I kind of dove in a little deeper. I used to just randomly watch like not a lot, not when I had the laptop. And I never really was on the device a lot. It's literally not healthy at all. It just really isn't. But here we are. So back to my pastor. Our pastor is, and someone would say, well, you can't have a pastor way out in Montana. Well, why can't we? There's like hundreds of thousands of people that consider him their minister. And they're from all over the world. So yeah, we can. I'm going to have to start yelling now, but for some reason his last sermon got knocked down, and for the life of me, I'm like, well, I'm going to have to go on his other websites, the church one and stuff, and figure out what would have possessed whoever to bust it all around again, you know? It's not like an easy task all the time to download and get everything, the tags and everything set up. I mean, it is kind of still like a lazy man's job, but it can get tedious, you know? It can get annoying. And then you got the trolls and the blockers and the reporters, and it's kind of like its own little, like, it's like your own little mini war without like actual weapons. It's just the use of false reporting and stuff. It's like the rave, you know. So I don't know why they knocked this one down. I mean, yeah, he speaks it like he sees it, but geez, you guys, like, can you imagine them keep knocking down a guy that's getting old? Like that, an older minister getting knocked down like that. I mean, he doesn't use foul language or nothing. I can see why and I don't even have a big station. I go way too far sometimes. What's the word? If you can shovel it out, you better be able to take it. All right, so I don't know why they knocked down his sermon, but you can go on their website. They have a few other of the video groups that you can get the download on. I guess I just like hitting my head into the wall with YouTube, because I can't believe that, like, it's that's the part of me that I have like a rebel side, but it doesn't help me, because the trolls and the cancel culture is everywhere, and they can actually cause a lot of damage to people's lives, and it's sad to see, and I've seen it a lot. And I bet it's even more than I know. Like, I technically am part of being canceled, but it was way, way back when. And nobody even knew where I was. And the rumors were that I was just stuck in a ward or jail somewhere or something. Some outlandish rumors that spread like wildfire. And I was having that come back to me like as if it was the devil, I'm sure, just harassing me. Was in the whole scheme of my son's life. I mean, if you took and accumulated the month here or month there, when I put myself in a rehab, because I had to do some healing work too, and I would maybe even only have been drinking like a few beers, I'm not kidding. It's just that's how psychotic my family is. And the pedophiles were so scared to death of me. And here, looking back, I didn't even realize that I was the one with the power with God. Because I didn't know how to maneuver it, because I had such guilt and shame about my one problem. Not wanting to put the plug in the jug permanently. I would do long spurts, short spurts. But I guess it's all in God's hands. I mean, if he wanted me to have the confidence in the situation, I would have, I guess. But I don't know. I think it was the devil. And sometimes I do think that I missed windows of opportunity to get that all fixed for my son. I just didn't believe in myself with Jesus. I believed the abuse narrative. What are we doing now? Just checking in. So yes, I'm in the lineup with the beginners and the amateurs and whoever's up there. I just wish I wouldn't have went by Heather Drew. I wish I had either stuck with my stage name from years ago, Emily Russell. It was my pen name too for the few books, but I did pull them from the market. I haven't went back to a publisher yet. And because I was never happy with how Isla Moon turned out because of what happened to me during the book. And I had to kind of rush some of it because I lost a bunch of documents. So, and I was like, well, I should go by Heather Carroll. It's my married name, but I never changed my last name. Carroll. And that's a pretty name, that's a pretty name. But I thought Heather Drew too, that could be maybe one of my skits here or there about how I was pretty much day in and day out, the kids, some of the boys. I mean, I look back, I guess they just had some sort of, I don't know, a hard crush on me, but that was no pun intended. But I would have never been able to date you, Joey Ostoknovich. The minute the guy raising me would have heard that name, that would have been off the... No way, okay? So, I hate to say it out loud, but I gotta do it. Because I don't think people realize how much I was terrorized. And I'm getting old and I should be over it, but I think about how many more people I see in the groups I go to. 60, 70 years old getting out of something, and to think that they were stuck for 30, 40, sometimes 50 years or more in a chain of abuse. And, and I shouldn't be saying people's names, but I'm assuming Joey Ostoknovich just really liked me, but I was pretty mean to the boys because I was a cutie back then, and if I was just even slightly nice, it was an invitation for, just the boys bugging me. So, and then the girls hating me more, and then it just went round and round and round we go. But Joey, he's part of my nose being broke from basketball. We would compete, and he was short and I was short, so we were opponents, and man, he slammed it. But Anne was the one too. She'll never admit it. I was raised by some pathologicals and stuff. It's like a big bag of scary is all it is. And therefore that means I should be 100% scary. I would say I've got a lingering 20-some%. That's what I want to believe. I suppose if I were to put the plug in the jug permanently again, no, I'm not doing it right now, I'm sure then I would see a little more that needs, because there's always more that creeps out, But I guess no one knew I was doing a lot of internal healing. I don't know the narrative specifically, but I know they had to keep changing the narrative to cover the abuse. So I think the end was they just went by the book of what everything was spread around and the false diagnoses and stuff. So that's like all I have right now, and just hope that Hip can be okay today, because if a little bit of wind is blowing, he's losing his mind and they start freaking out that I'm even outside. Because at the other location, he was out once and he had a pretty big branch hit his little noggin, and I'm sure it didn't help matters. Did it, boo-boo? Did it? All right. So I gotta go. Bye.